do you think people are so attached to comfort these days with everything, relationships, food, exercise, everything, that, like you said, it's hard. Like when you're in a relationship, to build a relationship is hard. To have, like you said earlier, when you didn't see yourself getting married, you were just living, were you on the Gold Coast, or were you like when you were going out partying, hooking up with random people? Brisbane, like living that life, like that's easy.
Yeah.
There's no commitment, there's no emotional attachment. It's just fun and easy. And then as soon as you do meet someone, and like if you do meet the right person, they will show you all the good that comes out of you, but they'll also show you all the bad that comes out of you. And that's the part that people don't deal with. Like you said, like the right person for you is a reflection of you, but everyone thinks it's going to be a reflection of the good. And it's like, no, they'll show you all the shit that you're not dealing with. They'll show you all the insecurities you're not dealing with. They'll show you everything, and that comes up.
Yeah.
And that's what people don't want to work towards, and they get stuck in this like, well, I'll get to a few months or a few weeks or whatever, and then it'll get hard, and it's like, all right, jump off the ship.
Yeah, man.
And
that's
then because it's
so true.
Convenient and comfortable to just message another person or
100%.
like see another person or something, it's like everyone's going through this thing. And like you said, like divorce rates are up, and then just like hookup culture is such a big thing these days. And I think probably because you are a well-known couple that does all this stuff together and does look strong from the outside and obviously from the inside as well. But it's like people obviously want that. Like people want a proper connection. People want to build a strong relationship. But then it comes with that level of like, okay, well, to build a good relationship, there is a certain level of like anything struggle that you have to go through to then get there. Do you feel like because you guys have competed and have that mindset around like on the other side of struggle, success kind of thing, and you felt that in the relationship when it is struggling, you do know like this is needed for the next stage in the relationship?
100%. There's a great quote: comfort is the sin of modern society. When I heard that, it just punched us both in the face. It just hit so hard. Comfort is the sin of modern society. As in, look at the room we're sitting in right now. Everything that we do as a progressive race, as human beings, is for comfort. It used to be for safety. Now it's for comfort because everything is so safe. So as in back in the day, you cavemen, like you didn't have structures. So then what they do was it's actually safer to be inside of a structure. And then that's progressed as to where we are now in terms of everywhere we go. It's all started off with the base. It's always the foundation of safety. But then as you move forward, it's just comfort.
Or survival, in survival. But now because our brain's still living in the survival perspective, but technically our ability to survive is so easy now.
Yeah, survivability. I mean, especially in a first world country, living on the Gold Coast, is in you don't have to actually think so much about survival. You just go to the fridge and get some food. Yeah. As in, it's not like you're having to go out there and hunt animals and do all that sort of stuff. And so everything now has become comfort, and everything now has become convenience. So comfort is the sin of modern society. And so you're 100% right of when you say that. And Meg talks about this all the time. She posts about it on her social media. She does such a great job at helping people to understand it, is that if you don't choose hard things, you're going to struggle when the hard things come. And so if you don't voluntarily choose to do hard things in your life, then life is always going to be challenging. It's going to be a roller coaster of ups and downs. And so we definitely resonate with a lot of people who choose to do hard things, is because what happens is we call it the depth of their well. Most people's wells these days, and I'll just be honest with you, is quite shallow. So their depth perception of what's actually hard realistically isn't hard. But the challenging thing is when you have to have empathy for someone else, is because that's their hard though.
That's the hardest thing they know.
That's the hardest thing they know.
That reference point.
100%. So to them, that is genuinely hard. But again, most of them, and most even our troubles, and we do a lot of hard stuff, it's first world problems. So it's about trying to find out, well, when you're dealing with ourselves, we know that in our relationship, we're able to push harder and have deeper conversations and really work through things that people might not want to even talk about, is because when you go and do ultra marathons together, you really see the side of someone and what they're actually made of, because you can't make that up. You can't make up running 100K. You can't make up running 160K. When you go climbing in the mountains at 6,000 meters of altitude, and it's like everything you've got, and you can hardly move at a rate, and you're hungry, you're tired, you're sick, and everything else. The mask is gone. Like, that's just who you are as a person.
And that's what makes that bond even better, though.
Yeah, 100%.
You see them. You see them for them.
that you can't hide, as in you're so physically and mentally depleted, you have no ability to say, well, I'm in a social setting, I need to act this certain way, because subconsciously we all do that. No one is just raw 100% of the time. The closest person may be Goggins, right? But the thing is, because it actually comes down to human nature, as in our number one instinct as human beings is survivability. And then as a result, if you want to feel like that you have a high chance of survival, well, the first thing is I need to be accepted by more people, because the more people you're accepted by, going right back to just basic caveman times, is that if you weren't accepted by your little inner circle or your crew, by your tribe, if you were rejected by that tribe, you die straight away, as in because you don't have the safety of your tribe. And so, I mean, Meg and I talk about this a lot with other people, and it makes them really understand rejection in a much more simplistic but a realistic way they can apply to their lives. As in, why does it feel like when someone says they went through a divorce, or they lost a job, or their business broke, or something like that, and people say, I felt like something in me was dying? That's actually biology. That's human instincts. That's what we've been designed to do from the very beginning, is in, for 90% of human existence, if you got rejected from your tribe, you died. It's only been in the last era that you can actually just leave this tribe and go to the next. That didn't happen for 90 to 95%, whatever the actual math is, of how long we've existed for. We're trying to think that we can just deal with rejection and it's no big deal. But if you get rejected by a friend, or you don't get invited to a party, or your business doesn't go well, or someone's just rude you out, or if a guy goes to go pick up a girl and she just brushes him off, why does it feel so bad? There's a part in your brain that says, hey, you're about to die. You just got rejected from the tribe. Then once you realize that, then it goes back to what Meg was saying at the start about reps. The only way that we've known to practically overcome that is by continuously doing the reps in that position of fear or of potential rejection, and just knowing by doing the thing physically, I'm not going to die.
Yeah.
Or that person's opinion of me actually didn't jade who I am as a person, or what I thought was going to happen didn't actually happen as bad as it did.
It's just we're in a season of abundance, and there's too many options. There's too much of everything, where it's people are overeating, over consuming content, just everything is too much of everything. And so I think if we had to get back to a point where survival was the one goal that we had, as in obviously when people were faced with war and things like that, as in actually going to war, and I understand people still do, of course, but they're probably not facing the same problems that we are, then those problems that we're facing instantly become insignificant if you have an actual problem. Or you see all the people that when something goes wrong with their health, all of a sudden nothing else matters except their health. So it's like, what really is hard?